On this show, we're putting on some shades and hitching up our collars as we count down our top 20 cool critters. With the help of our panel of expert trendsetters, we'll find out just who the grooviest and smoothiest animal is. But who will be the #1 hairy hipster on Animal Antics Cool Critters? We begin with a cool dude who's as smooth as honey.
Hey, Mr. Bumblebee. Thanks for the honey. High five.
Could he, be any cooler?
If you spent your entire life making a delicious thing that was routinely robbed from you, the least you'd want is a little high five, right? I would think at least expenses.
This is so cute. I love the little high five from the bee, although probably we should be calling it a high one, because I've just got one little leg up in the air.
I got stung by a bee once, stung by a bee. £6 for a jar of honey. It's disgusting, it really is disgusting, yeah. £6, yeah, plus tax.
Thanks for the honey. High five.
Time for a moment of meditation now. Do not disturb.
I think that's an example of why animals are incredibly cool. Because he's just like, yep.
He's actually got the hands like that. That is so clever. I think I need to take a tip off that and meditate.
But then, what else is there to do if you're a lemur? Like, there doesn't seem to be anything else. Like, his friend in the back is completely bored. Doesn't seem to be climbing any trees. Maybe all he can do is meditate and try and seek enlightenment.
It looks like it's getting into Zen, doesn't it? What it's actually doing, though, is to catch the sun rays. It reminds me of Norwegians going to the southern countries trying to catch the sun rays, because, you know, we live in the dark most of the time.
I genuinely really hope that lemur used to be a Buddhist and it's been reincarnated as a lemur and it's just sitting there so furious. It's like a lemur. Dave got brought back as Russell Brand and I get a lemur. Look how pathetic my life is.
There's not many cooler things in the world than an awesome moustache, and the animal with the funkiest facial hair in all of nature is the eme moustache toad. Every mating season they grow this spiny moustache to make themselves more attractive to the females. No doubt they write bad poetry and buy them elaborate gifts too. We've all been there, mate. Just let it go. Off to the US next to meet this blues hound, Howlin' Dirty Dog. Sing it, man.
That is so cute.
She's cute sitting in a little tiny rocking chair. She's laughing her head off at the dog, and the dog thinks he's turned into Barbra Streisand. So the dog is giving it loads.
Yeah, he's the bluesiest dog ever, eh? She's like, meh, 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 meh. He's like, dry food again. That's what he's singing. I'm sick of the dry food.
I'd be interested to hear more of their, their more commercial output.
She's having a good time. He's having a good time. Everybody's having a good time. They're all just, oh, and now he's licking his privates. That's fine. That's fine.
Nice. Time to answer that age-old question now. What came first, the chicken, the egg, or the upright rooster? Wait, have I read that right?
This is chickens getting their own back, okay? So these are chickens like Planet of the Apes. They're learning our skills, they're learning to walk upright. Eventually, they'll be making KFP, which is like Kentucky Fried People.
If there was a man and he could only walk like a rooster, would you laugh at him? You probably would, actually. It's a bad example.
If you walk around any town in Britain on a Saturday night, there are people walking on two legs, a lot less steady than this cockerel.
At number 16, we take a trip to the Pacific island of Palau. Wow, I hope these jellyfish don't sting. You'd need a lot of people to wee on you to take the pain away.
That's Jellyfish Lake in Palau, which has got 20 million mastigia jellyfish moving around. Now, they've evolved in isolation, so they've lost their stings. They don't sting.
I'm really jealous of this person who's done this because I've yet to go to Palau. Absolutely desperate to do this myself. There are two types of jellyfish there. There's the golden jellyfish and the moon jellyfish.
But they touch you as they swim around you, and it's like hands going like this all over you, sort of slightly slimy hands, and it completely freaks some people out.
I was actually once stung by a jellyfish, and I've lived to tell the tale, clearly. It must have been probably the size of a grape, so, you know, a lot smaller than these, and my arm felt like it was going to fall off. If my arms were in that much pain from a grape-sized jellyfish, how has she still got arms?
Definitely the world's coolest animal, the snake. Think about it. Tempted Eve in the Garden of Eden, so he's already pretty badass.
And also they are literally cool because of their cold blood.
Any cat, lion, tiger, leopard, Tyon. I know all the cats.
World's coolest animal? That's the wolf. Because nobody's ever said anything bad about wolves. And the only time he ever got caught being weird, he was able to explain what he was doing in that sheep's clothing. We don't know if it's true or not, but came up with a very good excuse.
I'd probably say a tiger, because they're very, they walk like that and they look really cool and a beautiful animal, so yeah, a tiger.
The coolest animal, I have to say, is probably the dolphin. You know, very, very relaxed, very mellow, but when you put a crowd in front of him, he comes alive.
We continue our countdown at number 15 with a feathery fizzy drink lover. Harley the cockatoo loves a cola or two.
As a bird with a predilection for soft drinks, I can't imagine it's too good for the bird, to be honest.
This I find really very disturbing. I mean, the sight of a sort of cockatoo French kissing the bottle brings back really horrible memories for me.
It's no surprise that an animal as dexterous as this can actually pick up the bottle, take off the plastic lid, and then just glug the soft drink from there. And then you can see the tongue just probing and drinking the drink. That's great.
I don't really want to talk about it. It's the tongue, I think, it's quite disgusting, really. I don't want to look at this anymore, thank you.
Off to France now to meet the most bodacious surfer in all the seas. He's even got his own built-in wetsuit.
This is clever. It's strange how that seal is attracted to this young man, isn't he? Look, he just won't leave him alone, will he? And the other young chap as well.
We anthropomorphise these things of, you know, that the seal's obviously coming up for a scratch and a cuddle, but that seal is unequivocally coming up for a scratch and a cuddle, isn't he? He's coming up to interact.
This is like a scene from Finding Nemo, isn't it? The seal would just be one of those like, what's up, dude? Just hanging out. He looks really heavy as well. Like at first, the guy goes, oh, look at that, a seal. And then you can tell by the end, he's like, oh, get off. He's like, it looks really heavy. He like slumps up. And he's like, oh, mate, just, he's trying to catch a wave. He's like, I'm not going anywhere, this beast. And he's just like hanging.
Mind you, it could be a female flirting with a handsome young man. Oh, I'll have some of that. Ooh. He's a good-looking young man. I would myself if I was a seal. Well, I would anyway.
Well, I've seen it all now. Whatever next? A dog playing drums? Oh, okay.
This has got to be my favourite clip I've ever seen. That is genius.
I'm just one laid-back dude. So that's what he's saying. I'm just one laid-back dude.
I like the dog. I think you know, he's obviously a very in-time drummer, much better than I ever was. But I want to see some solos. You know, I want to see him busting out some cymbals. I even want to see him taking over the guitar.
That has got to be the world's coolest dog in the whole wide world. I want to meet him. He needs to start his own band.
And to keep the glasses on as well. I think it's just fantastic. It's so clever, isn't it?
All that drumming has got me in the mood for a dance-off. Throw your paws in the air, wave them around like you have lots of hair.
You ain't on my swag, you ain't on my swag. You ain't on my swag, swag radar. You ain't on my swag, you ain't on my swag. You ain't on my swag, swag radar. You ain't on my swag, you ain't on my swag.
Well, that was fun. Moving on. And off to California, where we meet a dog on a motorbike. Talk about a rough rider.
Like, if you could teach your dog to sit on the back of a bike, why don't you teach it to do useful things like not drink from the toilet or pick up its own poo or do my tax return? I don't want a dog on a bike. What's the point of that? Like, oh yeah, there's a dog on my bike. Do my tax return.
I'm trying to see it from the dog's point of view, and the dog was just sitting there going, when's it my turn to drive this bike? I've been on the back of this bike for like 10 miles now. Yeah, sure, it's great. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the wind going through my fur and everything, but I really want to have a shot at driving it, you know, maybe to pets at home or something like that and get like a nice chew toy or something.
Finish your dinner, I'll take you for a walk and do the tax return. No riding on the bike today. Do something useful.
Off to China next to meet a dog who's the king of the swingers.
Bit of work to do. Get these biceps, these triceps going. Where's the beach?
I don't want to be the bad guy and tell him he's doing it wrong, though. That's the thing. What I'm more ashamed at is the man isn't doing it right.
Hey, you hanging out of the gym, bro? Hey, Do you even lift? I'm an elderly man. I'm just trying to do my calisthenics. Why don't you leave me alone?
Yeah, well, in dog years, I'm older than you.
Oh.
And I'm much quicker and better at this.
No, we were counting in dog years. Why? Who even taught you to use this equipment? Why are you better at it than I am?
We've reached the halfway stage of our countdown. Let's have a quick look at the 10 clips that have already gone by. We've met a high-fiving bee, a meditating lemur, a bluesy dog, the upright rooster, a swarm of jellyfish, a drinking bird, a surfing seal, a drumming dog, this pooch passenger, and a rocking retriever. And there's still all this to come, so let's take a strut into our Cool Critters Top 10. Now, who'd like to see a small reptile modelling some fancy headwear? Yes, of course you would. This is a bearded dragon, competing in a pet show in Thailand. And look, he's got some mates too.
Look at the state of that. Well, that's it, mate, dressing up, putting the hat on. There you go, you got no life.
I got hobbies. So all the guys down at the contest think I'm real cool.
And then it has to appear with dragon's wings, which makes me think it's actually auditioning for a Game of Thrones.
Hats off to him. At number 9 we head over to Vietnam. Denise, send in my 330 please.
This is a cat pawing its owner.
I love that cat. It makes me want to have white people hair. Because like if that ever happened to me with the cat, it'd just be like, its claw would have to like turn into a pick. Somehow, oh, bless though.
It kind of looks like a massage, and I think obviously this owner and the cat have got a really close bond.
This actually makes me like cats a little bit more. If I had a cat and it massaged my head, I'm sorry, Pudsey, but step aside.
When it comes to being a cool critter, there aren't many smoother than the common housefly. Their pitch-perfect buzzing produces 7 different notes, all in the key of F major. With harmonies that tight, they could form their own boy band. One fly erection, maybe? At number 8 on our countdown, we meet a dog who loves to walk around with a froggy backpack. Or actually, wait a minute, is that a frog wearing a dog backpack? Hard to tell.
It's like, all right, babes, what are you up to tonight? I'm going out on the town. Got my bag, haven't I? Got my new frog bag. Everyone wants to say it.
The trouble with this dog is that it comes with a lot of baggage.
Backpack's awful as well. What has the dog got in the backpack? Biscuits, water, a brush for its hair, a little poopy bag.
We're off to the zoo now. Get your cameras ready.
This is the first step in the evolution of the Kardashians. They started off as like little monkeys that would just come toward and click. Don't I look beautiful?
I think that this provides sufficient evidence that in fact we are as idiotic and venal as the lamest monkey.
Time for a musical interlude now. Performing his latest hit, Your Whiskers Are Making Me Excited, please welcome Cat Gang Amadeus Meowzart.
This I can get on board with. He's a lot of the cats I've seen playing the piano tend to just mash the keys at random. This guy is very considered. Every single note is thought about, well placed. Like the reincarnation of Eric Satie.
I should have called you Beethoven.
I preferred his pre-rehab material. Look, it's just so forced. Once you see you sweat when you play, you just look like you're pawing in your litter box.
I love cats. I have cats myself. And just knowing that cats are so curious, it doesn't surprise me that it would do things like that.
"15 clips gone, 5 to go. But which one of these cool critters will be our smoothest of the smooth? What do we have next? Ah yes, it's Canine Karaoke Night. And first up, we have a duet. Let's hear it for Simon and Bark Funkle.
I mean, I would argue that that's a distressed dog and they're just putting a microphone in front of his face.
As a fellow singer, I'd say this dog needs a little bit more practice, but by the determination of its owner, I think it's going to get practice every day.
I'd still rather listen to this dog than anything by Justin Bieber. Or Celine Dion.
Shirley Bassett? Oh, very good. Elvis dog. Presley.
Similarly,
At number 4 is a real thriller of a clip. A marine mammal who's a real smooth criminal. Sorry, some of these jokes are really bad.
That's a sea lion copying Michael Jackson.
It's not a dancing sea lion, is it? That's a walrus. Anybody can see that's a walrus just because it doesn't have tusks. That's really inappropriate.
That is everything the internet needs, ever.
I like the bit at the end. It goes, "Ah!" like it's good. This is my favourite part of the Michael Jackson song. Ah!
I mean, I don't think Michael Jackson's dancing was lying on its back and going, but it's happy. And, you know, it's listening to a man in a hat, which is always very difficult.
World's coolest animal, a cow. Why? Leather jackets are cool. Cows are made out of leather jackets.
I think I'd have to go with some kind of a jungle cat. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not really any other animals there that like have the skins. Like you're not wearing elephant print. You're not wearing goat print. Do you know what I mean? So maybe I go with a leopard and a cheetah just because they're fashion forward.
The elephant's pretty cool. The way he just, he just used his trunk to do the water or dirt. So he's just sort of there. You can always picture elephants with sunglasses on, which is what I do. And then he just goes, and then they're just in a cloud, and then they can just walk through the cloud of dust they just made and be like, what's up?
The world's coolest animal has to be the zebra. simply because, have you seen their outfits? Stripes, black and white, nailed it.
Which animal is the coolest and why? Obviously it's a sea lion because they can high five you and sometimes they wear backwards caps.
We're in China now to meet Dior, the happiest hound in the world.
Do you know what I'm overcome with watching this? Is just jealousy, because I can't smile on demand. That dog can smile, I can't smile.
I don't think the dog is smiling because she's told the dog to smile. I think the dog is smiling because of her technical setup. I mean, look how complicated that tripod is, and then she's just got like a camera phone on it.
I've seen quite a few videos of dogs smiling on command, which I'm pretty gutted about because that's one thing I haven't taught my dogs to do.
And the sad thing is this dog can't even use that picture for his passport photo because he's smiling, yeah?
Over to the US now to meet Eve, a pit bull who knows a thing or two about balancing things on her nose.
You gotta love a dog. They'll just do a lot of stupid things for no reason at all.
It's an example of, I think, human ingenuity at its best. The person involved here, the owner here, could be doing anything. Could be trying to, cure a disease, could be trying to make the world a better place, but no. What they've done is they've clearly practiced, balancing 4 pumpkins on a dog's nose.
Nothing is more useful to humanity than being able to balance 4 pumpkins. No, let's not over-exaggerate here. But 4 pumpkins on your nose. I mean, one can see the great use that this pit bull is having for us all.
That's such a good girl. Yay! I think there's another dog or a cat there. Goodness knows what they have them doing.
So we finally reached our #1 cool critter. It's time to find out which amazing animal has climbed to the top of our tree. Well, meet this hip cat, Ebby, the most talented tabby online.
Sit. Shake.
Do you know what? I've always seen a dog do that, but I've never seen a cat do that, so that's cute. Oh, it does both paws.
I wouldn't have believed a cat could be trained to shake hands. We've all seen it with dogs, of course, but cats, I thought they were too independent to do that with their owners, but that's a truly brilliant animal.
That cat is not a dog. Cats do not want to be doing that. What cats want is to be smoothed, stroked, caressed, which are all the same thing, and they want food.
She's obviously worked out that if she shakes hands, she can get a little treat. But what we probably don't see on the camera is I think there's a small, tiny little cheeky bribe going on there. So every time she's putting a little pound in there and buying her treats.
Look at that beautiful cat being made to give paw for YouTube views. What has the world come to?
So well done to Evie, who gets her paws on our #1 trophy and is crowned the Animal Antics Queen of Cool Critters. I'd like to offer my congratulations and shake her by the hand, obviously. That's your lot, I'm afraid. It's time for us to go walkies. But don't be too upset, because we won't be gone for long. Even as I speak, somewhere in the world there's a hilarious hound, frightened feline, or misunderstood monkey with a camera pointing at it. And when they get posted online, we'll be ready to make them a star of our next show. So keep your cameras rolling, keep uploading, and who knows, one of these days your pet could be claiming the #1 spot on Animal Antics. See you next time!